Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm going to show you real quick how to create a blog with Statamic. And we're going to start with the back end here in collections. Here I have just a test install on my local machine. So I'm going to click on collections. I'm going to click on create collections. And then I'm going to just type in blog for the title of this, not blog, blog. Okay. Great collection, and it's just as easy as that. Video over. Just kidding. All right, so we're going to go in a little bit more here. I went to configure collection because this is usually the first thing I do when I try to configure any collection. I'm going to enable publish dates because normally on a blog post you do have dates that you can publish. Not only that, but this gives you the power to future publish, meaning I can put a future date and it won't show it until that date's available. So there's some sort of kind of like automation there too, just like the same thing you would get like if you were using WordPress. Ordering, I'm going to leave that alone. Here's the content model, links, taxonomies. We're not going to mess with that right now. Default template, we're going to mess with this, but I'm going to come back to it here. And then the route that I'm going to choose, I'm going to say we're going to go blog, and then we're going to put these curly braces with, and then whatever the slug of the blog is. Okay, so for now I'm going to go ahead and save this, and then I'm going to create these empty pages for us inside of views. You go inside of views, I'm going to create a directory called blog. Normally I call this main directory whatever the name of the collection is. So here I'm going to add a file in here. I usually do index.antlers.html, and this index is going to be where I show all my blog posts. And then I do a secondary file if we're going to have like show individual blogs. So this one I usually call show.antlers.html, and this naming scheme that I do comes from from Laravel development, so it just kind of takes the same naming scheme here. I'm just going to put these are all blogs, and then this is blog single. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to go over here to back to configure my collection here. I'm going to just refresh the screen so that way it picks up this new layout. So here on this template, I'm going to do a search for that, and here's the blog show. So this template right here is when you click on a single blog, what do you want it to show? Here, this is just the major, major template here layout that comes with a clean install. So in other words, this stuff's going to be included, and then we're going to insert whatever that template is right here, which is going to be this template. So this is the layout and template. So that's the difference between the two. So the rest of this I'm going to leave just alone here. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to go back to collections and blogs. So when you have a blog or any collection, you do have the ability to add any custom fields that you'd like to add. So here it says configure blueprint, and then it generated a generic blueprint for me, meaning this is the blueprint for this blog. And right now the fields for that is title, content, author, and then the template that's going to be used. This template right here will override that blog show if I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, but we're not going to fill it in when we do stuff. But this right here is in case you want some other field, like maybe in the next video we'll start messing with images and stuff like that, where I can add an image to this blog post. But for now we're going to just leave this generic setup right here. But you can add as many fields as you like. One field that I tend to add sometimes is this. I do a toggle field, and I'm going to say that this is featured. And usually that's one field that I'll add whenever I'm doing blog posts. Image is another one, but we'll do that for a different video. So here I'm going to go to blog. I'm going to go ahead and create an entry, and just like you see, there's that field. So here, lorem ipsum. We love the lorem ipsum. And then I'm going to go ahead and generate lorem ipsum code here real quick. Generate, and I'm just going to do this content right here. We'll go ahead and go down to there, and then that I'm going to leave alone. Template I'm going to leave blank, and then here is where you have the date function, where you can put a date of whatever you like, but I'm just going to leave it as today's date. I'm going to hit publish right here. So that way we have some content to work with. Now I'm going to go to the site, and right now we don't have anything on the site. Actually, I'm going to go back over here to pages. So we go back to pages, we have a home page. I'm going to go ahead and create a blog page. So this blog page is going to be the index page. So this is usually how I do it. So that way on that index page, I could have some control of other content that goes on that page. You know, this is our blog stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save and publish. The other thing that I do is I mount that collection onto that page. So here I'm going to go back to blog. I'm going to go back to edit collection, and this is where we can configure the collection. Once I have that page created, I'll do this right here, and I mount that onto blog. So that way it kind of connects the two. So here, if I go to pages right here, now you see I have this add and edit. So yeah, this is a blog page, but I have the ability to add blogs on this page if I want, and that goes straight to that collection. So you get some niceties there whenever you connect it. So let's go ahead and go here, and we're going to go to blog. We'll go to blog, and just like I said before, right here, these are all the blogs, and so this is the index page of the blog. So let's go ahead and mess with it so that way we can show our collection. So I'm going to go over here to the documentation of what we have here. Here's an easy one right here. We're just going to grab that collection right there. I'm going to go to index, and I'm going to say, okay, here's the collection of all our blogs. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that because the closing tag is the exact same thing. And this is where the blueprint stuff comes into place. So if I go over here to blueprints for blogs, you see title, featured, content, author, and then template. So right now I'm really going to just be messing with only title and content. But if I go in here, the handle for title is title. That was easy. And then the handle for content is content. So this is how we call it inside the code. So if I go here, I'm going to say, okay, this is the title, and then this right here is the content. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, and that should show up, and there's the title, and then there's the content. Now remember that this is going to be the index page. So if I go over here to blog post, and then I create a new entry, and I'm going to say second blog post. Let's see if I still have that in paste, but nope, don't have it. So we are making up content. Go here, and then there's the second blog post. So this would be the page that I would have like multiple blog posts that you can actually click, and that would take you over to the single blog post. So let's go ahead and mess with that a little bit. On this page right here, I'm just going to do title. I'm going to put a div around this. We can style stuff around here. And then I'm going to hit save. Right out of the box, Statamic comes with Tailwind, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some stuff here. So I think I'm going to go, no, let's go with grid. We're going to do some grid with we'll go to template columns is the one I use. So here, I'm going to just grab this right here. So we'll kind of do this over again. And grab that. And actually, this I'm going to do 3 and then 3. I'm going to do this outside of the collection because we're going to create everything that's going to be inside the collection is the loop. It's what's looping over all the stuff. So here I'm going to say this is going to be title, and that. Then I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be class. We're going to give it a BG color, BG gray. We'll go ahead and do that. And then title right here. Let's go ahead and just start with that. See what we got. Oh, forgot. Okay, so this is a new install. I'm going to go ahead and do npm install. npm run dev. So I'll leave this running because it's running on Vite. And then now I should have some styling. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to come over here and save that. Let's see if that refreshes. No, it doesn't, so let's go grab a background color. I'm going to grab something kind of neutral, so this ink right here looks good. See, and then that shows it's very, very, very subtle. We'll add some padding, so we'll just say padding. Let's go with 8, and then want some rounded corners. I always have to look everything up, so I always have Tailwind and Statamic open, so you know, lean on that documentation, read it, and you know, before you go asking for stuff. So you know, it just helps you become a better programmer and better work. So here we have the 2 titles for each blog post. Now what I want to be able to do is click on the first one or click on the second one and be able to go to that single blog post. So I'm going to make this into a link now. And of course I could put some more effort into the styling, but the purpose of the video is just show you, hey, this is how you start your blog post. And we could probably do this as a series and continue to add to this and continue to move this into a direction of a full functioning site. So right here I'm just going to put URL and that href. So there I made that link. If I go over here, now that's a URL. When I click there, it goes to blog, lorem ipsum, it goes to that single blog post. So here's where we can actually do our show page, and we're going to just title these the same thing. So here we got title, okay. We'll go ahead and we'll do some quick styling here. It's going to be div. And then we'll go ahead and do this as a H1. Okay, H1, and then here we do class. I'm gonna go ahead and font bold. I'm gonna go ahead and text. Let's do 4XL. The margin bottom, we're gonna do 8. That should give us enough for now, as you can see here. And then right below that, I'm gonna throw the content. So here's the content below that, and then there we go. I'm going to go back here to the blog, second blog post. There's my second blog post. Go back here, lorem ipsum, and there's my first one. So if I go back here to blogs and I say we're going to go with this right here, we'll grab some more of this, create an entry. This is going to be my third blog post. Throw this content in there again, save and publish. When I go over to this index page, you can see there's my third blog post. So now I have 3, and then so here's going to be the third one, and then of course it has the same content in there. Sometimes right here, this is a little hard to style because you're looping through stuff. So this right here is the paragraph tags inside the editor. So normally what I do in that case, and this will be the last thing I kind of show you here, you know, I go to that show page right here, right, and then this is where the blog post is, and I actually give this a class, and I say this is class, this is going to be blog content. We could call it content, something like that. Okay, and then after that blog content, I'm going to go over here to the style sheet, and I'm going to open up the site style sheet where it says this is all you. So I'm going to say blog content, and here it should come out of the box. We'll test it right here, but I can actually apply stuff to here. So I'm gonna house that paragraph tag that goes in there, because there is a paragraph tag in there. If you come over here and see here, right there, paragraph tag. So the markdown actually creates those paragraph tags. So here, blog content, that's the parent class, and then I'm gonna say target that paragraph tag. Then I'm gonna apply margin bottom. And this add apply, that's going to say, hey, apply a Tailwind class. So margin bottom, and I'm going to do something like 4 or 6 is usually what I do. Hit save, and let's see if that did it. Yep. So now you can see here in the bottom that did it. I'll do the same thing with links. So here it links are, if we're going to style this, this will be here. We'll say apply text, and then I'll go grab a kind of like a blue color. I usually stay pretty standard on that. So we're going to do blue, text decoration, text color. I'll grab something like, let's say that's cyan. All right, let's do a darker blue. Let's say sky blue right there. Who doesn't like a beautiful sky? Okay, so here we're going to sky blue, and then I'm going to underline, and then I hit save. And then when I come over here and I'm going to say, let's go ahead and go to the first one, and this right here is going to be a link. We're just going to go to google.com, hit OK, and hit publish. I'm going to go over here to that first one, lorem ipsum. You can see right there. The other thing I like to do, just as a standard, is I'm going to say hover, want no underline. Okay. And there we go. We got that little hover. And it looks like I missed that A there, but we can fix that later. So anyways, guys, thanks for joining. This is just kind of a real quick way to show you how to start a collection, and this could be with any collection. Right now I just showed you blog, and then the generic stuff of title and content. Later we can add an image, and then we can kind of formulate the style a little bit better than it just being a blank white page. If you like this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And also let me know if you need any help with any of your websites or any of your Statamic sites or Laravel projects. So hit me up, and thanks for joining.